some people, it's mentally ingrained in your brain to have a boss.
Yeah.
So if you never get out of that, that's exactly what it is. It's mentally ingrained to them that Airbnb is the boss. Airbnb is nothing without you.
Nothing.
You're the boss. You have the property. Airbnb owns nothing. Therefore, but at the same time, I use Airbnb's business model. Own nothing, control everything.
Exactly.
Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live,
Let.
Thrive.
Man, we are back. This is what? Episode... Go ahead, that's you.
Episode 43 of Live, Let, Thrive, your favorite Airbnb podcast in the world. Kicking ass from here to Israel to Timbuktu.
Yes,
and,
we are.
Yeah, we're all up in this mug. So yeah, man, it's kind of okay. I think in the last few episodes we said that we're recording video, but as you can tell, those last few there was no video for them, because we made some futile attempts to record and it got kind of discombobulated and whatever. So we're doing it Skype. We're recording the Skype. We'll see how it comes out, and it's freaking me out to see my face as I speak these eloquent words of Airbnb, VRBO goodness.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I think 42 we had a little bit of video.
A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit of video.
Oh, okay. Well, a little bit's better than nothing, right?
There you go.
So now I'm off screen now. I'm messing with the dials over here. I'm doing the dang thing. So how you been, Myka?
Man, I've been good. You?
Oh, I've been, you know how I do it, burning candles on all ends and trying to figure this thing out, this whole investment, building for the future thing. So, and you are too. That's what we do. We're trying to build for the future here, man.
Man, a lot of stuff to talk about, though. So, how's your Airbnb been going? It's been a while since I think it's been 2 weeks since we recorded, because we had Valentine's Day yesterday. So that stopped us from recording yesterday. So what's your Airbnb life been? What's been going on?
It's been going okay. It's been a little smoother, less frustrating. There's always what freaks me out. Okay, I didn't even think about talking about it, but I know a lot of our fans have dealt with it. Is the guest that really doesn't respond to your text messages or anything? And you're like, well, I hope they made it in there okay, and I hope they're leaving at 12. They haven't heard from them, and then you get one random text like before 12. Oh yeah, we left about 2 hours ago. We loved your place. Thank you so much. I'm like, why the hell you didn't answer my text?
Oh, are you texting them or hitting them up through the app?
Well, I if it's something really important, I'll go through the app. But I like to get everybody's information saved on my phone,
Yeah.
So I'll hit them up on the app. I'm sorry, if I can't get a hold of them on the text, I'll throw it on the app. Same thing, but it's like these. Maybe I should call them ghost guests, because they come in, they don't say nothing, and they stay there whatever amount of days, and then they leave, and then they might leave you one message: "Thank you for everything. It was great," and that was it. You're like, okay.
Did they leave you a 5-star review?
And they leave 5-star reviews, which is good.
Yeah.
I just wanted, what I like to throw the question out there, either the night before or the day of in the morning sometime, not too early, but I'm like, hey, thanks for staying with us, thanks for choosing us. Cleaners usually get there around noon. If y'all are heading out early, let me know. If not, you have until noon, and thanks for everything. And just to get if they say they're leaving at 9 or 10, my wife can get in there and knock it out earlier. It's great. But most of them, they'll tell me, oh yeah, we're gonna leave early, whatever, 9 o'clock. We'll text you, and they're good about it. But then there's some guests, they don't respond at all. And when they do respond, they said, oh yeah, we left 2 hours ago. Like, what's the why?
I've had guests like that, because I always do I do this kind of goes into what I've been working on. I've been using SmartBNB, and I got my onboarding with Guesty next on Monday. So I've been using SmartBNB. SmartBNB has a really legitimate way to text guests automatically through the app. I've been doing the automatic messengers. But yeah, man, it pretty much sends everything automatically. I send that automatic text in the morning, like after they've been there in the room 10 hours. Hey, hope you've checked in. Hope everything's going well. But most of them, some respond, some don't. I know how the people that don't respond, sometimes it gets a little uneasy, like, hope everything's okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because you're like, you don't want to have any problems over there. Because most guests, they won't. I found that most guests ain't going to tell you their issues if they have them anyway.
Yeah, and what I was thinking, because we did a trip to Padre, I want to talk about that too.
Okay.
Maybe a lot of people are first time Airbnbers, and they're used to the hotel life. You know, you go check in, you don't talk to nobody that there in the place the whole time you're there until you check out, and then that's it, right? You don't, unless you're asking for room service and all kinds of stuff, but that's expensive, and I don't think most people do that. But so they're used to that. They're not used to like their own personal Airbnb concierge, you know, hitting them up, asking if they need anything, if everything's good, you know. So maybe they're just like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm not, you know. So, you know, everybody does it different.
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, yeah, sometimes you'd like to hear back, but then I'm always uneasy about, like, okay, remember the guy I told you about today who was pretty much making up stuff? Like, he said they didn't give him a room and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you always get those type of guests, too. Like, the dude said, oh, yeah, they didn't have my room ready, which I knew they wouldn't have his room ready because he booked with me last night at, like, 9 o'clock at night. And I told him, hey, man, it's like an hour wait because everything has to go through the system. He goes, yeah, they didn't have the room ready, and the room's a bit smaller than what I thought it was, you know. And he started, like, kind of making these, like, list of complaints. I could kind of tell him, like, yeah, this seems like some BS. So I went on there and I looked at his reviews. And I noticed he had all bad reviews. And I'm like, oh, no wonder you couldn't instant book somewhere else. Because most people would have went for an instant book. So, like, all these reviews were like, he brings his dog leaves footprints. His house always smells like smoke. So,
what kind of smoke is that?
Marijuana.
You got to read that message that you sent, man.
Oh, yeah, the message I sent. Yeah, I just kind of, no, he tried to pull a fast one. He's like acting like he wasn't there, and it wasn't what he paid, right? So let me read that message I sent. Yeah, that message was pretty. Let me find it. Yeah. Yeah, so he kind of comes in. I was like, hey, no, where to start at?
The build-up is intense.
Yeah, I said, hey, wanted to make sure you check in. I wanted to make sure you were able to check in and your stay was going well, right? These are all automatic messages. Then he responds back, yeah, check-in took about an hour, but other than that, everything was okay. He already knew that was going to happen. He's trying to get the Airbnb on his side, right? I said, oh, dang, sorry about that. Yeah, that always happens after 4 p.m. if you check in late. He goes, oh, no, they didn't have a room ready, and I had to find one. I had to sit and wait for that. I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, hey, it was a pleasure hosting you in Austin. Hope you come back. Leave a great review for your stay. Then that's when he starts sending over the whole, other than the long check-in process, we didn't get the room that you have advertised. It was a very small room. I said, they didn't give you the one-bedroom condo? I think it was considered a studio. I'm pretty sure. And I'm like, they shouldn't have put you in a studio. Was there a bedroom door? He never responded to that. Right? So I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking something funny. So I text him back again. I go, my front desk is telling me of complaints of smoking smells coming from the bedroom. You aren't smoking in the room, are you? I'll check this out. I completely made that up. So then he goes, this is how I know he told on himself. He goes, the room did smell like smoke, but I quit smoking a month ago, so it wasn't a very strong smell, though. So I didn't complain.
Whoa.
Holy, wow. What's that sign? He goes, I guess I should have said something last night. I was just so tired. We got upstairs last night and went straight to bed. And then he tries to go back to the list and he goes, yes, there was. I was going to take pictures because they didn't look like the listing. So I put it back on him. I'm like, my cleaner is a mean green grower. He said it smelled of freshly lit marijuana and that good dank, as he called it. no worries. The front desk should have supplied you with a 1 bedroom, not a studio. Then he goes, oh, I don't smoke pot, man, not at all. And neither can the guys. They get tested for their jobs. I just don't smoke it. I own 2 businesses, and I'm currently starting a third. I just don't have time to smoke. Laugh out loud. The good old days of being a teenager are done and over with a while back. So yeah, man, he tried to pull a fast one, man. So
But when you sent me that screenshot of the text, you said, "Yeah, my cleaner said it smelled like the good dank."
yeah, so then he he just kind of left it alone at that, man. Because I looked at his reviews. Also, man, this is the thing that guests, because Airbnb has created these type of guests by always siding with them, and they know that. So they put little funny stuff in there, just like the lady 2 weeks ago with the whole, hey, my car got broken into, they took the seats. By the way, I never received those pictures.
Right.
The other lady who said she showed up and she didn't get a room, we put her on 3-way and she got a room. So, but these type of people exist. And then I started scrolling through his reviews. He had all bad reviews. And I started thinking to myself, maybe I should start looking at these people's reviews before I start letting them stay.
Exactly.
I don't know. Do you?
You know me. I let everybody stay.
I do my timeshares. I do. Like my timeshares, I do kind of let everybody stay. But then it's kind of like, well, this could backfire on me.
I get a lot of first timers, and so there's no reviews. But it's worked out good, except for one guest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I keep doing it. And I guess if I saw they had bad reviews, I haven't. You know, I'm thinking maybe they are first timers. A lot of people are first timers because they had a hiccup in the past, and then they said, "Okay, wifey, you got to sign up for it this time," or something like that. You know, it could happen, right? They just delete their account and then let one of their kids or wife or whatever sign up for a new account with no reviews on it, kind of thing. It could happen. Yeah. Well, see, you mentioned something cool. Poignant. You said these guests are happening a lot, and it reminds me of like just back in the day when everybody was doing long-term rental, which a lot of people still are, and they call these kind of tenants professional tenants. They know all the ins and outs and the rules and the way the laws are written, and they can stay in a place for like 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and do all the things to just keep going and going and going, and then finally they get evicted, after 2 years, and then just hop into the next person's house, victimize them too, and they're called professional tenants because they know how to live without paying any rent. And so, hey, it's only normal as Airbnb becomes more popular. Maybe we should call them professional Airbnb guests. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I ain't gonna lie, I learned a few tips and tricks from these people as well. And I mean, you can easily get away with a free stay with Airbnb. You can just make up the smallest thing. I mean, it's to the point where it's ridiculous. But I mean, at the same time, who created that environment? Airbnb. Yeah, we're always going to side with the guests. That's the environment they created. So I mean, that's one. Go ahead.
We need to find a way to CYA. Cover your ass.
I already have.
But here's the thing. Like, I mean, just thinking of ways to get away with it. As my baby is saying hi in the background, screaming. There's like a way. Let's say a guest comes in there for day one. Starts messing up the place, make it look, put some dirty dishes, make it all snap, take a whole bunch of pictures, and then, boom, day 2, day 3, whatever they say, this is what we came into, blah, 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 blah. We want our money back, and Airbnb, what, they're going to side with them, right?
Yeah, easily. I mean,
unless you had pictures yourself, proving that it wasn't like that.
And people learn how to work the system. I mean, Airbnb's new, and they've created a great platform, and maybe that's something they're still working to fix. Like, I know for a fact, because I we've been in the Facebook Airbnb groups. I didn't know, like, if they threaten you with a bad review, that's against their policy. But my thing is, what does Airbnb do about it? I mean, because they've already said they ain't taking down bad reviews, right?
Exactly. Even though they side with us, they won't leave them up.
Yeah, everything is in favor of the guests, and I already told you I've created my own little way of getting around all that. Get on your own platform, man. That's what I say. Get your own platform. That's how I look at it. I mean, because at the same time, at the end of the day, and I'm not bashing Airbnb, but at the end of the day, if you run a business, it's to cut costs. And sorry, Airbnb, but you're technically a cost.
You're a cost, bro.
Yeah. And a lot of people, and I was talking today, a lot of people have come, I think a lot of people think Airbnb is the asset. You're the asset. You have the asset. A lot of people, that's why they're like so Airbnb crazy. Like the lady posted the other day, right? She had a long-term tenant. The payout was like 10 grand, but she let Airbnb take like $400 out of it. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you just put them on a corporate lease, take the 10 grand, pocket it? But that's like I said, man, people, the
But she
share
wanted the protection. I guess you could understand that a little, right?
protection from what?
Oh, but they're in a long-term lease. Yeah, Airbnb won't do crap. They don't even know what squatting is.
Yeah. I mean, in general, though, but like in general, you protect yourself. I mean, are there people out there that really believe? And I sound like I'm bashing Airbnb, but are there people out there that really believe Airbnb has $1 million insurance policy for you? I mean, seriously, man. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm just saying I'm not leaving my assets up to that. That's just me.
Now, going back to what you were saying about maybe I should start checking the guest reviews more thoroughly. I automatically thought, because you've even put on comments, you're now you're heavy on the Airbnb professional hosts site Facebook page, which is greatness. This is awesome. We want everybody to jump on there, but you put on there, you got to do this, you got to do that. You're telling somebody, you go, which lead, when they're like, how do you manage 400? How do you do that? How do you manage 400 units and this and that? And you're like, well, pretty much you end up staring at your phone all day, And then when you told me now you got to check everybody's reviews and go in there and read, that's like, man, that's more time. And one of your remedies to that, you were trying to hire a virtual assistant, and I want to hear how that's going.
Yes, sir, man. I'm on my way to hiring a virtual assistant. Well, it's not really a virtual assistant. It's a family friend that we know that's not really doing any work right now. So she was like, hey, I'll go ahead and take care of whatever you need to take care of. It's just really small tasks, like little tasks here and there. Because, like, I got what I got to do. I got to, like, update all my Beyond pricing because I'm getting Guesty. Once Guesty gets going, I'll have a full-blown virtual assistant taking care of everything because I can just train them and go. But, yeah, that's one of my remedies to everything. It's automation, man. Automation is the way to go. So, right now, I just got to finish training her. I didn't get to train her the other night because I was late coming home, but I got to train our good friend Chelsea. Shout out to Chelsea Santos. And she's going to help us run that.
Cool. Cheeky's agrees with you, man. You need automation.
Yes, sir. A lot of people, not a lot of people, and I'm not knocking anybody in the Facebook group, but a lot of people, it seems like they're not really business savvy or things like that.
Yeah, I like that statement you put on Facebook. Please dive into that.
No, I said, is it true that the share economy has created a lot of non-business minded business owners? And I think it has, because, I mean, look at Airbnb, Uber, Turo. How hard is it to take pictures of a room, put it on Airbnb, and now make some money? Okay, you have no extra money coming in, but now are you business savvy? Do you know how to cut costs? Do you know how to automate this? Do you know how to make this passive income? And that's what I noticed. A lot of people, like a lot of Airbnb hosts, they're like kind of confused on that. They're just like, I do this. Like most of them, they ask questions like to make it a job for themselves. Like, why would you want a job? You know what I mean? I thought that's what people got into their own businesses for, to automate it so they don't have to work. You know what I mean? Be on a beach in Tahiti, chilling, kicking it, and it's running itself. You know what I mean? Real, but that's what I noticed about a lot of hosts. Like, even when I talk to some of them, like, it sounds like you're trying to create more work for yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what my response kind of alluded to. I was like, well, it's for a lot of people, it's hard to unplug from the matrix. We go through all this schooling, which is pretty much grooming us to be good employees, right? For the corporate world, we get out there and we get the college and corporate world, and we, follow all the rules and everything. All of a sudden, whoa, they're the boss. This is weird. Airbnb, please tell me what to do. Oh, Airbnb, please change their policy. You know what I'm saying? They need that someone else telling them what to do, how to do it. You know?
Some people, it's mentally ingrained in your brain to have a boss.
Yeah.
So if you never get out of that, that's exactly what it is. It's mentally ingrained to them that Airbnb is the boss. Airbnb is nothing without you.
Nothing.
You're the boss. You have the property. Airbnb owns nothing. Therefore, but at the same time, I use Airbnb's business model. own nothing, control everything.
Exactly.
And then people fall in line to that. I'm like, see, that's what. Let's say Airbnb was to crash and die off, right? Let's just say it happened. The only people that are going to left surviving and standing are the innovators. The people that can think, okay, if Airbnb, I have an exit strategy for Airbnb. I have my own platform. I have this. And that's what I'm working on. Have your own, So if Airbnb goes under, like some stuff Airbnb does pisses me off. Like the whole, they make changes sometimes that are flat out retarded. Like some of the changes they made to the website, and I'm not knocking them today. Seems like I'm on an Airbnb rant.
It always goes to that.
But no, like here goes one, for example, like with the whole, I hate to keep bringing up the group payment thing, but like group payment, what's starting to happen is Airbnb puts the guests on a payment plan. So what the guests are starting to do is hit me up and be like, hey, can I pay this day instead of this day? I have my money now. I'm like, I have nothing to do with that. You're gonna have to talk to Airbnb because I guess
LLT.
Yeah. So I was like, you got to talk to Airbnb about that, And I told myself, man, the next time one of those guests asks me to do that, since I'm just gonna tell them to hit me up through LinkedIn and we can book this to PayPal and cut Airbnb out. Just saying.
No, yeah, for real.
Yeah, they're putting us on hold. Put them on hold.
Here's my favorite. See, a lot of these, because you told me to put it on every, and I believe it's a good idea. Put it on blast on every site there is, VRBO, HomeAway. You even said Craigslist. And now for my Craigslist ad, I'm getting a lot of people hitting me up and they ask me, hey, do you rent that long term? And I'll be like, well, yeah, it's like, and then a lot of them, they're like, ask how much, and I'll say $2,500 long-term rental, and I don't hear another message back. But the one person the other week I told you about, I said, well, how much you looking to spend for rent? They're like, like $800 a month. I was like, so you want a fully furnished, all bills paid place?
Yeah, I don't ever
for $800 a month. And I was thinking, I was like, what do you need? How big do you need it? I started thinking arbitrage right away, but at 800, man, I don't know if I could arbitrage that. But anyways, They said, 1 or 2 bedroom. I was like, okay, that gives me a little more capabilities. But I was thinking, man, it would have to be in the hood for me to get something like that. A 1 bedroom maybe with furnished with some ghetto ass furniture and to be able to turn a profit. And then I was like, I wonder if there's a market in that. And I guess our buddy, what's his name that was on the show? What's his name that came on our show? One of the early eps.
Who?
The Asian guy.
James?
Yeah,
Oh,
James.
yeah.
He does that. He invests in the hood and
but
does.
He ain't gonna let you not know 800 a month.
Yeah.
He ain't that far in the hood. People get shot outside of his property, but not for no 800 a month.
Oh man, yeah. Then move the body, shoot. And so, anyways.
No, but I mean,
I was thinking. I just thought, as I asked you, I wonder if there's a model for that. Get these people that hit us up want a cheap ass rate, and get them in a spot in the hood, and there you go. There's your Airbnb.
I'll do it. I'll call somebody. I used to wholesale, man. I know a bunch of people with boarded up houses. Hey, I'll call them. Hey, man, I got a guy willing to take your spot. 800 a month. They were like, really? Oh, they'll take it.
I automatically thought of The Wire when you said that, the boarded up houses. You remember that?
Hell,
Oh man,
I ain't watched The Wire in so long, dang, man.
it's a
Ain't no
great
watch-
show. Great show.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, man, I mean, yeah, that's what I do. I mean, but yeah, 800, because he said 800. I'm like, oh, no, I ain't got no place for him for that. But Craigslist, I'm getting a lot of good hits on there. And I'm shocked I'm getting so many good hits on that room upstairs, man. $750 a month. People are willing to pay that for a private room.
oh man.
Yeah, I've been decking out. Also, I've been decking out my Airbnb, my corporate rental upstairs. So I've been adding all types of stuff. I added like a bookcase up there with these little books, and then I also put like a wireless printer up there, so everybody can print from their phones.
Great idea.
Yeah, and from their laptops, And also, you can take your laptop there if you don't have printing capabilities like that. You can just plug into the printer and print. Yeah,
Nice.
man, it's all types of little ways. Like the guy today, Mike Grizzly, I think that was his name. He said, "Man, people got to learn how to improve the experience." And coming up with things like that because I'm trying to be all corporate anyway. So, putting the laptop in there, the printer in there just topped it off, And I told the guests, they're like, "Oh yeah, we need that." But the reason I thought of that is because one of my guests asked if you use my printer, and I'm like, they should have a printer. So you use what the guests tell you, and you build on that.
Now here's the thing, you might know a hack about this because you're in the computing world. The printers, like mine for example, it'll run out of High Sierra or beige taupe or some stupid crap, and all I needed to do is print in black and white. But I got to go buy this $25 cartridge of ink so it'll freaking work again. Now, how do you avoid the? Can you make it just print in black and white and then just buy black ink only?
You can. My printer downstairs only does black and white. My one upstairs, I went. It was only $80. I went full blown printer, black, white, and color. Now,
but the cartridges is what gets you. The printers are cheap enough, but
yeah, the cartridges are what get you.
Now I'm sorry. Off the before, I don't mean to cut you off, but right there off Matlock and 20, there's a printer cartridge place, and you get them for like $7 or $8, man.
I think they're refilling them.
No, they give you. Well, they might. Yeah, you're right. When you buy them, they're in packages already. But yeah, they probably refill them or whatever. But it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do then. Because no point. Keep your costs down. If they get them if I can get them for $7, thanks for letting me know that. Because I want to keep my costs down.
Yeah, just little hacks.
Realize that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's a good thing to think about. I haven't had too many people use it so far. It's only been up there for 2 or 3 days, but I still noticed that people want to use it.
Yeah, but most people just walk into freaking Staples or something and buy these $25, $30 cartridges of ink, dude. That's a killer.
Yeah, especially if you don't analyze how often you're buying it. You know what I mean? That's been one big thing I've been really looking at is like expenses, cutting back on expenses, automation, everything, man. I've been going deep into beyond pricing, deep into Guesty. I can't wait till Guesty gets popped off.
Explain Guesty to me.
They pretty much take all your listings and put them all in one place. So right now, I no longer get notifications from Airbnb. Everything comes through my Gmail. I can respond directly from my Gmail account, and it goes straight to Airbnb. Everything, man, it's fully automated. I love it. So now, only thing I'm doing now is updating. Once I'm done with updating my prices from beyond pricing, have those updated. Those go straight to Guesty, and then I do the open up the dates. But I'm getting the virtual assistant to take care of all of that, man.
So how much does Guesty charge?
Okay, they have a $500 onboarding fee. They'll do 2% per reservation, but it's also dependent upon how many listings you have. They gave me the $500 onboarding fee, and they'll take 2% of my per reservation. But this is a powerful ass tool. It's powerful.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's full automation, man. That's like the only thing I do now is from Airbnb standpoint, as far as get messaging, it's pretty much like after a guest is confirmed, I'm done with them. Like all the messages will be sent out before their check-in, during their stay, after their stay. It's all fully automated. The only time I'm looking at my phone is if they're sending me something like, "Hey, this is an issue" or something like that.
And Guesty, how do you spell that?
Guesty. Beyond pricing, I will kind of advertise for them. They're good and good because I'm putting all my timeshares on there. I should have did it a long time ago, but I'm. There's a few things with beyond pricing I like updated. I talked to them about it. They kind of didn't get what I was saying, so they don't get my highest approval rating for a shout out. But Guesty, you're dope. Yeah.
So in other words, you're training your virtual assistant to use Guesty. That's a lot easier.
And beyond pricing, yep.
Oh, and beyond pricing.
Man, and I know I'm going to sound late, and I'm a tech guy, so people are going to be like, "You're a complete idiot for saying this," but man, I love Google Docs. Google Docs, Google Sheets, all that stuff automates everything. Everything's fully automated.
I love Google Docs too.
Me too. Also, I realized I put a huge dent into like Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, all that stuff. Also, what was I going to say? Man, I just had a lot of stuff. But SmartBNB has a really cool messaging system. I didn't choose to go with them. I choose to go with Guesty, and they have pretty much the same thing. So, but yeah, man, SmartBNB is pretty dope too. Their messaging system's off the chain.
Is that the one that Jasper pimps? Guesty? Or is that, okay? I heard it on his show. Great show, by the way. What is Jasper's show called? Get Paid for Your Pad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who else? I've heard people in Al Williamson's Airbnb for Landlords group. They always talk about Guesty. By the way, if you ever want to maximize your Airbnb, hit up that group, Airbnb for Landlords. If you want to learn how to fully go 100% in on your Airbnb corporate rentals, go to that group, Airbnb for Landlords.
Nice, nice. Hey, real quick, we had a lady hit us up on our Gmail, on our live let thrive at gmail.com. She asked me if I had any spots in Seattle. But here's what I'm gonna do. When we get messages, people wanting to, just wondering stuff like that, if they want to help us run our thing, our Airbnbs or whatever, they're fans of the show. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give her a little shout out. Her name's Lisa Bratton, Braaten. And if you don't mind, I'll just say faithjoy 4877 at gmail.com. She will run your Seattle Airbnbs. She's over there. She says she kicks butt over there, and she loves her guests, and she has a real personal relationship with them. And I told her I'd give her a shout out. Thanks for being a fan of the show and spreading the word. She's spreading it to everybody over there on the left coast about Airbnb, so I'll give her a shout out. Faith, Faithjoy 4877 at gmail.com. Hit her up. She will turn your Airbnbs into like money making machines. Boom.
Yeah. You said the left coast, huh? Not the west. Left coast. The left coast.
To the left on the map, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's just because I know we have a lot of fans, and that's cool. And we love giving y'all all the information we can. But yeah, the ones that are like reaching out to us, we love that. And we want to help y'all, and y'all are helping us too by spreading the word. So hit us up. You got your little thing going on, we'll throw a shout out at you. It's that simple, Just spread us to 10, 20 of your friends, and they call it in the corporate world, synergy. We're helping each other out.
Yeah, synergy. Yeah, synergy. Shout us out. We already got one advertiser who is advertising for us rapidly, which is Julie Bonnie at the My Southern Soapbox. She got a lot of good cleaning videos over there for your Airbnb life. Those will
Scrub it good.
Yeah, you'll be getting 5-star reviews on cleaning every time.
All right, I'll jump into my Padre thing real quick. South Padre Island.
Or Padre.
And if you listen to the early shows, when we were still trying to find our footing, stumbling and fumbling, bumbling, we did all right. I thought we did all right. And I talked about getting a condo in Padre, and I told you about the beatdown. I was trying to, it was way different than getting a house because they have to vet the HOAs. They got to go in and do all this, research, and insurance is proper, and it's a longer process. And I got, I didn't get that other one because their HOA was crap. Whatever. Anyways, I love South Padre Island. I got a lot of family down there. It's a great beach, great environment, awesome restaurants. It's really cool. And plus SpaceX is going there, the launch pad for SpaceX. Elon Musk's SpaceX will be there. They'll be sending people to Mars from there pretty soon, hopefully. And so there'll be a launch pad out there. And so anyways, I've always, ever since that, I still look at properties all the time, and so I found a few that I liked. I hit out my agent. I have an agent over there. Shout out to Leilani, and she said she found a few for us, and I was like, man, prices are still really good right now considering. And so of all the development that's coming there, I mean, there's the cruise ships are going to be stopping there too. That's big time too, and so there's a lot of growth happening in Padre. If anybody wants to go hit it up, but anyways, so we did a little tour, me and my wife, last week. We left after work on Tuesday, so we got there Tuesday evening, and we had some dinner, hung out and stuff like that. But Wednesday was when we were going to go check out condos all day. And so we went, and so we checked out a bunch of condos. It was, first of all, it was cold as hell down there. It was so cold. That cold front that was gripping North Texas, it was all the way down South Texas, dude. We were just getting... It seemed colder because all that, the water was, the wind was whipping off the water, making it even colder. But we had a good time, but it was really cold. And when we looked at some condos and we found one that we really liked. So I think we're gonna be in the process of getting that condo, man. So I will keep you posted on the developments. I will keep the LLTers, Live Let Thrivers, updated on the developments because we want to make it real nice and give LLTers a good price if y'all want to stay there. But what I was thinking, the whole Elon Musk thing, and kind of like goes back to branding. I just got these ideas of putting pictures of the SpaceX and these rockets and little paintings of and just putting that around the house and making it like kind of like the SpaceX house or the SpaceX condo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just thought that would be kind of cool. And but that's what's cool about Airbnb. You can make you can go for boring, whatever, generic. Try to get it like a hotel or try to get it like a whatever, Haverty's, whatever. You can be successful like that. But what's cool is the creativity part for me, and that's what helps me bear and grin all the BS is that I can make things like the art house Hearst, make it like artsy and stuff like that. And then this one I can do the SpaceX and just tap on that creativity, and that's really cool. I dig that the most. Yeah,
that's dope. So, like, are you going for, like, cash flow, or are you just kind of going for vacation rental, or are you going for just the equity in the future of being down there?
Well, first and foremost, we want to use it a lot. We want to use it for us as like a second home. And because to me, yeah, there's other spots in the world that, because instantly at my work, because there's a lot of travelers at my work because of American Airlines. We all fly for free, so we go to all these places all over the world. And instantly I got buddies saying, no, you got to buy something in the Barbados, you got to buy something in the Dominican, or you got to buy something over here, with the emerald green blue waters and all this stuff. And I'm like, that sounds cool and all, but in order for me to get there, I have to like hop on a plane from here to Miami. Hopefully the flights are good, otherwise I won't get on. And then I got to go sit at Miami. I got to go hop on a plane from Miami to wherever in the Caribbean or Dominican or whatever. And hopefully I get on that flight, and then I have to go through customs and immigration and all that. I was like, man, I want a beach. I want to, like, baby, let's go to the beach today. Hop on a plane, and an hour and 15 minutes, we're at the beach, dude. It's a beautiful thing. Padre's right there. It's a good beach. It might not be the best beach in the world, but for the price, for how close it is, for all the cool stuff they have there, I think it's a bargain, dude. And that's what you want. If you want a second home or a vacation home or whatever, you want accessibility, and that's what it provides us. And so first and foremost, we want something for us. Second of all, I'll go for cash flow, because I really want it to cash flow every month. And so that's a big thing, and my banker, he's helping me. Shout out to Derek. He's helping me attain the cash flow end of it. We're working the best options for the cash flow. And I guess is there a third? I guess what was the other thing you mentioned? What was it called? Equity or appreciation, stuff like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's a big part of us deciding to buy in Padre, because I see big things in Padre. I see the, like I said, the cruise ship. That's a huge deal. The cruise ship stopping there. Maybe, hopefully, it'll be a port of call, they call it, where you can hop on cruise ships there. That's a cool spot to go. People need a place to stay. And when they go on, if they go to Padre and maybe their ship don't leave till the next day, they want to, hey, let's check out Padre for a day, and hey, I got a place for them. And plus, SpaceX is coming there. Freaking, that's pretty badass. That's big time. And they're building another bridge, and there's like a lot of growth happening. So I think that hits on all 3 points, the appreciation or stuff like that.
Definitely, man. You doing it big, man. You going on the Padre.
South Padre Island. And you and Mahogany are going to come down there with us and then help us pimp it out, and we'll have a lot of fun in the process.
Yeah, we got to do that, man. Like I'm holding off on buying properties, man. There's a few that I wanted, but I'm holding off because I'm like, and what Adam James said really stuck to me. He goes, man, you're going to spend 20%. You're dropping 20% on these places. And he's like, when are you going to see that? And I'm like, dang, you're right. I can arbitrage. That's why I'm going so hard with my website. By the way, ShareBNB.com is coming. It's in the works. I can go so hard to get, what if I had 10 arbitrages cash flowing $1,000 a month. It's 10 grand.
Yeah, that's great.
Get 20 of those, and and I'm not doing the Airbnb. I'm only doing Airbnb during vacancy. I'm doing straight corporate. You know what I mean?
Right,
Airbnb
right.
for vacancy. So I was like, man, I can do that. So that's my new goal, man. I want 10 arbitrages. That's all I need. Really, about 5, but 10 will do. But 5 will really get me there.
And it makes a lot of sense. I mean, and to me, I think that's great. And I think what would be even better would be like a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, you getting your arbitrages, getting that income in. I mean, you're not just going to stick that income in the bank, right? You get 0.5% interest. That's the stuff you're going to use to buy your cash flowing properties, your appreciating properties, you know, or multi-unit properties.
Yeah.
That's what you want to get more doors, right? So I could see it. You're building up the cash to buy the bigger purchases, the ones that are going to really pump it out for you.
Yeah.
So like a mix.
Yeah, it's a mix of it. And that's why I was like, man, gotta look at different options because I'm not really down on Airbnb, but I'm giving them too much power, and I'm not really liking that. You know what I mean? Like I was going through their ranking formula. It's kind of like, okay, if you list a new listing, it automatically gets boosted to the top. That's like kind of goofy. Like even no, I'm serious.
Yeah,
Like you have
goofy.
50 reviews. Why does this no review over here get boosted to the top?
I wonder if there's a way to hack that.
Update your listing every day.
But as soon as you update it, it goes to the top again?
Yeah.
Really?
And it's also, if you want to check out where you're listed or how high you're listed, go to checkmyvacationrental.com and it'll give you the percentage of where you're listed. I don't know what the numbers mean. My corporate rental was at 70%. I don't know if that's good or bad, but they give you the ranking of where you're listed or whatever. And if off YouTube, there's a few videos. It's like your reviews, when's the last time you were updated. It kind of gives you the formula of how they list your listing or whatever.
Now, what if, because I know it was a big deal like last year that Airbnb released what impacts your listing or your ranking or your how high you are up on the search, and they claim that just updating or changing little things like, you know, pictures or this or that on your listing every day doesn't affect it at all. That's what Airbnb claims on their release, you know. And they claimed a whole bunch of stuff but that was the one that stuck out. They said, so you can't just go tinker every single day and move a picture here, move a picture there, put a new one, take one down, and it's going to automatically spike it to the top. That's what they're saying. It doesn't really affect it. But like you're saying, I know it seems like for a fact if you put a new listing on there, it does put it to the top, like you're saying. So could I get my wife maybe to make another listing similar to mine? Which is the same house and everything, but with different pictures, different angles, and it'll throw it up to the top.
Don't do that. Just duplicate it. Don't do the same thing.
So if you duplicate it, will it put it up to the top?
Yeah, it's a new listing.
Oh, boom! There you go.
Yeah, just duplicate it. I mean, I noticed it with my Austin properties, dude. I had Austin listed for an hour. I got 3 reservations. I was like, so then I duplicated it. Got more. I'm like. But yeah, I don't care whatever Airbnb is selling. I don't care what they say. When you duplicate a listing or add a new listing, it goes to the top because it gets booked almost instantly.
Oh, nice.
But I mean, so the people who have a lot of reviews, I think they're constantly updating them, and that's where the automation comes in, the constant update. When they're constantly updating, because I know for a fact since I've been on Beyond Pricing. Now, one thing I love about Beyond Pricing is that health score. Because the higher the health score, the more reservation requests I notice come in for that particular property. So, like, when my health score starts to go into orange on certain timeshares, I know I need to update the calendar on it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, so a side note, are you growing out your dreads, man?
My dreads. Everybody keeps asking me that. I don't know. I might,
getting ready for the beach?
Either grow some dreads. I'm thinking about cutting it off during the summertime, but I'll see. My wife said she likes it like this, but I don't know.
Let it grow, bro.
That's what everybody keeps telling me.
Tie her on the beach with a spliff, you'd be all right. That's it. I'm letting mine grow, man. It's getting a little bit fro-ish right now, but I'm getting past the middle phase. I can pull it back again. Then I'll start, doing my thing, That's
Yeah,
why I'm getting beach ready.
I gotta catch my son. You know, my son's got more hair than me right now. He's straightened up.
It's
Yeah.
pimping.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say, okay, this is a exciting topic.
All right,
Get
go ahead.
well, because you already covered it kind of with that one guest, but you're saying guests snitching on themselves. And do you set up you're good at setting up traps to catch the snitches?
I mean,
You
it's
seem
just
like you're a seasoned pro at it.
me setting up. No, I'm not a pro at it. It's just okay. You learn. Okay, I always live by the rule: you fight fire with fire until the fire starter decides to throw in some water. If people are coming up with these stupid excuses you see it on the Facebook groups where people make up stuff, like guests make up stuff on hosts. Hey, this was here, this was here. Like the lady told the lady that she found marijuana in her house and her daughters were completely appalled and taken back by. Oh, excuse my language. Get the hell out of here. Like, I'm like, ain't no way in hell. She was like, yeah, her daughters were like 15 and 21. Like, they ain't never seen no weed before. Get out of here. But then, like, everyone on the post was like, yeah, you found your daughter's weed. That's why they were. But I agreed. I'm like, but no, man, guests do this type of stuff all the time. They make up stuff. So I'm like, man, you fight fire with fire. I make up stuff. Like, I was like, oh, well, the room smelled like marijuana. He's like, well, it did smell like that before. I'm like, man, no one even told me that. I just made it up. I'm like, I just looked at his reviews and made it up. So I mean, this is
on that ladies thing I put on there on my comment. I was like, man, if I was your guest and that happened to me, I'd be like, hells yeah. Big old baggie drops down from heaven.
Yeah, one lady was like, get over yourself. Everyone's seen weed. Like, it's 2018. You're just a kid.
The best suggestion I heard on there, or I read on there, was a guy said, oh, simply tell her, please take pictures of what you found, because I will contact the police immediately and we will have the previous guests investigated. Like, make it sound all, and he goes, you probably won't hear from her again. And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh snap, my lie is gonna get someone arrested. Never mind.
Yeah, like even at that. Look at it like this. Look at it. When I told that girl to send me pictures of her car that got broken into, never received those pictures. Like, seriously, man.
Ask for proof. Ask for proof.
Yeah, ask for proof. That's the best way, is to ask for proof. Tell them to send you pictures. Because a lot of these guests, man, they know. I don't know if it's just from us hosts being open and telling people about it. But guests know that Airbnb is super guest friendly. They know it. And they know they can get whatever. And Airbnb has not put anything in place to where, okay, we need to come up with some type of whatever to make it so these guests can't do that.
Right.
You know.
What does this saying mean to you, Myka?
Go ahead.
In order to make an omelet, you got to crack a lot of eggs. How does that impact you?
In order to make an omelet, you got to crack a lot of eggs. What's that noise?
I think that's on your end.
Mahogany!
Is she sewing, making some clothes?
My son has his phone, but his phone connects to my TV.
Oh.
Mahogany, take his phone.
Oh man. See, this show keeps it real, and we even had a guest in the past saying, "Whatever y'all do, don't get rid of that background family noise going on." She said that makes it feel more real. I was like, "Oh, okay. We don't mean to do that, but if y'all like it, we'll keep on doing it." And so yeah, I want you guests to think about that statement. To make an omelet, you got to crack a lot of eggs.
What that truly means to me is, okay, you have to try. Go try something. You got to crack a lot of eggs. You might fail a few times, but you got to get some more eggs. Keep cracking them. Keep going. And I notice a lot of people don't like to put in that extra work. Like, I got not cussed out, but went off on one of the Airbnb professional host posts because I didn't give a direct answer. I'm like, geez, man, you just want all the answers handed to you? I was appalled.
I was affected deeply.
I was really laughing, but I was like, dang, these people are serious. But yeah, man, it's just you got to keep on going, man. Keep cracking eggs. Keep cracking eggs till you get that omelet.
And that's a good take on it. I guess I hadn't looked at it exactly like that, but in order, like how I look at it immediately, and man, when I cook, if I sit down, if I'm gonna do a meal, I can do a good meal, but man, the kitchen's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a disaster, and I don't care because my finished product is that plate with the food on it. You know, looking all good and fancy and everything, and I set it down over there for whoever. Or for me, even if it's just for me, and then the kitchen's destroyed. I cracked a lot of eggs to make that omelet, you know. There's stuff everywhere, and but my end result is this beautiful, delicious dish. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it when I heard that quote. And I know right now I guess I don't know if I seek out chaos or whatever, but. And maybe it's like a controlled chaos, but I got I got the first house going on and the renters in there. I got the Airbnb going on, and I'm already trying to buy another one over down in South Padre Island. And to me, it's like a lot of papers everywhere, a lot of things going on, a lot of people I got to talk to, a lot of eggs I'm cracking. But in the end of it all, I guess I can see that delicious omelet, you know. That perfect yellow gold omelet with the cheese on it just right, and it's gonna be it's worth it. It's gonna be, that's my end goal, is to make a beautiful omelet, you know. And that's what I think a lot of people get stressed out. I'm making such a mess. I just want to quit. I just go back to my 9 to 5 and that's it, because everything's clean and orderly, you know. But you gotta look in the distance. That omelet's gonna be sweet and delicious, you know. It's not gonna be just eating the same one scrambled egg every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely, man. Put in that work.
So I don't know why I went off on that weird tangent, but as as Jerome in the house usually says, you know, when Steve starts something, he goes this way, he goes that way, but he always finds the end, you know. So,
he makes it in.
And that's how my life. It seems like it's in chaos a lot, and but I always find a way to get to that goal, you know. That's how you got to look at the. You got to look at the distance, the horizon, you know, look far off.
Definitely, man. So that's what I'm doing, man. No offense, Airbnb, but I'm kind of looking past it right now. ShareBNB is coming.
Oh, talk about ShareBNB.
Oh no, it's my own. Well, you call it a listing platform, not for everybody, but for myself. I will look into listing other people.
I want to be on there.
Definitely. I'm going to be kind of using that as my advertising block to get more arbitrages. You know, I have corporate housing listings on there. Like, it shows that I know what I'm doing. I'm going to have corporate housing listings on there, Airbnb listings on there. It's really a matter of showing what I do to a potential client and just build myself up.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And see, I hope this video gets actually recorded, because in the background...
It actually stopped, man.
Okay.
Yeah, but I recorded it to the wrong drive. Next week, we're good. 42, though. 42, you will have a full video. 42.
Ooh, la la.
Airbnb money.
Yeah, Airbnb money. I heard that Airbnb ring right now. But anyways,
Burn the pocket.
Oh, yeah. Me and my wife look at each other when we hear that. Shrink. And then we're like, oh, dinero, money.
That money sound.
Yeah, the sound of money. And so, but if you could see the video, which, you know, whatever, it cut off. But I've seen like a couple people, well, including Mahogany, she lives there. A couple people walk past Myka behind the background, real quietly, their little bags, and they just go right up to the stairs and do their thing. So people are scared of hosting people in their houses. They're really not that bad. People come in, go straight to their room, do their thing, and they don't really. It's a lot. It seems a lot easier than you would think.
It is. And I'm happy. Yeah, that's why I wish people could record it too, so then more people would be inclined to do it. Like, oh, that's just what it is. But also, I need to record, like on my ShareBNB site. I'm gonna have a recorded, like, the recording of my house because of how it's set up. Because, like, most people, once they see how it's set up, and I tell them I have an Airbnb or a corporate rentals upstairs, they're like, oh, this house is perfect for it. Because once they go upstairs and see the huge living room, they're like, oh, they have their own living room. They have a huge bedroom to themselves. It's not that bad. A lot of people love it, you know. My newest guest is from New York. She'll be here for 3 months. geez, this is the biggest room I've ever had. And she loves it.
Wow, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Um, Attaining goals, man. That's a big thing for us, right? That's a
Yeah.
big thing, getting there. Um, like tonight, for example, I asked, "Oh, what time you want to start the recording?" And you said, "Well, probably about 8 o'clock." So you're working till 7, right?
Yeah.
So you're still putting in them hours, right?
Yep.
You're still doing the job, the corporate job, or well, you're a freelancer, so it's kind of your own in a way,
Yeah.
right? But so you still find it, I guess. Isn't it a lot easier to swallow that pill when you know where the money you're making is going and what it's going to be used for?
Yeah, it is. It is. And I've been listening to this great podcast going to work called Choose Financial Freedom. And man, they really hit it. They really hit it hard. Hey man, they talked about how they use credit cards to travel hack, like I do.
Yeah.
But I want to go on their podcast to tell them how I do mine, because it would be really cool to exchange notes with them. But yeah, man, it makes it a whole lot easier when you're able to have that freedom where okay, because I'm a contractor, so my contract can be cut at any time, which I've never really worried about it because I'm pretty financially literate to keep savings, things like that. But now it's just like, I'm really considering like if I can work here the next 4 or 5 years at this contract that I have now, or if it ends early, I don't think I'll be in a rush to go back, man.
Damn.
Like I'm really thinking like I'm really not in a rush to go back, especially like right now I'm building up the ShareBNB thing. Let's say I have 4 properties, I'm making $1,500, $2,000 a month off each of them, $1,000 a month. And then Mahogany, we have her working just because Mahogany's going to work 10 years. That'll pay off her credit card, not credit card debt, but her school loan debt. And I'm like, dang, if we get yours paid off in 10 years, have mine paid off in 10 years, the only thing we have is mortgages.
Beautiful.
So I'm like, dang, I'm like, I guess I'm not really in a rush, but yeah, I love my job right now. Like the thing that I do now, I have the funniest coworkers, coolest coworkers, coolest manager. So right now it's cool, but yeah, but if I ever lose this contract, I'm like, well, am I in a rush to go back? But
Now you preaching the Airbnb life to your coworkers?
Yeah. They even listen to the podcast.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, I got a few of them listening to the podcast. Man.
Shout out to Myka's coworkers. What's up?
Yeah, shout out to all my coworkers. They're really cool, man.
Are they doing anything? Are they like actually dipping their toe in the Airbnb or share economy waters?
One of them is my boy Sean. He's running for Congress, Congressional District 6 over here in Arlington. Vote for him.
Got my vote.
Yeah, but yeah, he's trying to dip his toes in it. But yeah, man, I'm really kind of on that fence of, man, just keep working, doing what I'm doing, and I'll eventually get there. Financial freedom, I not dream about it, but I keep a vision of it, and it comes to you. If you keep a vision and keep the action going, if you have a vision and action, nothing can stop it, man.
Dude, you and I should run for office here in Arlington. Why not?
Get
on that board.
I'm not a political guy.
Well, just to help out our own interests and the Airbnb friends.
I like to fight the good fight, and I come up with extra strategies, and then I sell them.
Come on, man.
I can't voice. I try to stay away from voicing my political views.
I like how you voice your views on the Airbnb professional hosts Facebook page.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like it.
That was, man. Was that who was that? What was she saying? She was saying, I need specifics on how I'm supposed to approach somebody to arbitrage, or either use the word arbitrage, how to sublet their place. She wanted specifics, bro.
Yeah. Like I just told her because the whole question was the guy came up. It was funny. The whole question was the guy said, "Hey, is it better to own or to rent when you're going into Airbnb?" And I said, "It's way easier to rent." I'm like, you can use other people's properties, build up a lot of properties. I said, I'm using over 400 properties. And this lady just goes in and she's like, "Hey, well, how do you do it? What do you use? What do you go up to?" And I was really kind of going kind of quick. I was like, "Hey, just tune into my podcast." Most people tune into the podcast. It's no problem.
Yeah.
And then, like, she kept asking questions. I answered them. I'm like, oh, it's all in language, how you talk to them. And I'm like, we tune into the podcast. She's then, like, this other lady hops on. She's like, oh, these people who always want you to tune into podcasts, they're always usually selling something. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, I don't sell a thing. I'm like, I'm just telling you to tune into podcasts. Oh, he just wants us so we can get advertised.
What
I'm like,
the hell?
Dude.
I jumped on there and I just said, hey, Myka's my sidekick. We do a little podcast. We don't charge nothing. It just was sharing Airbnb info with the world for free. Yeah.
Going off on me, man. I was like, damn. Mahogany had to hop on.
Oh, Mahogany was, she wanted to jump in there.
But yeah, in Airbnb news.
Oh, you did say, real quick before I cut you off, you did say, there's this thing called Google you can look up.
Oh, no. Yeah, she goes, your answers are really annoying. I'm like, there's a place called Google. They'll tell you anything you want. I'm like, dang. But there, man. But, in Airbnb news, it's crazy. I was talking about investing in Detroit, right? Detroit banned Airbnb without nobody knowing it. Like, I don't know what happened. City council just started handing out paperwork. Like, you got an Airbnb, you got to go.
Oh, wow. Are you serious? I thought that wasn't a real thing. That's a real thing?
No, it's real, yeah. Detroit ain't got nothing coming to it. Like, I mean, you might want to get some money rolling up in there because from what I hear, Detroit ain't the place to be.
I wonder what that's about, man. I wonder if because I've heard there's big, billionaires throwing some money at Detroit right now. Maybe they want to preemptive strike and get rid of the competition kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
They're saying like Vegas, Austin, and Denver. They said some of the strictest Airbnb markets. And I guess you could throw Detroit in there too, but ain't nobody buying up there no way. They said it's in certain zones. Like they're really going after like single family and duplexes.
Man, and you were thinking about it for a minute, but not anymore. Shoot.
I would do corporate, but I don't think the corporate market is there. So it's like, damn, they just threw that under the bus. Yeah, I'm not doing that no more. And also, man, I got hit up by Charles Hawkins. He is officially killing the corporate lease game.
Really?
Killing it. Yeah, he hit me up. He's like, hey, he said, man, those corporate leases are way better than Airbnb. He goes, man, I get the same money. He goes, I got 3 more units coming. I was like, dang.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. And he's like, man, I want to build an empire. I was like, man, I like the way you think, man. I was like, I got to keep. And I like what you said, because I said what you said to me to him. You said your network is your net worth. And I told him that. I'm like, man, it's synergy. We got everybody doing it. So, yeah,
hell yeah. Your network is your net worth. Hell yeah.
I'm telling people, tune into this podcast. We give this information free.
Free, man. Free. You can hop on, too, if you want. That's
Definitely.
the thing. Back to that quote. Your net worth is equals your net worth. And it's so true. It's like I still got friends that all they want to do is make it to the weekend and go sit at the bar all weekend and watch sports. And just that's all they want to do. Or during the week, too. Just go to the bars when they have any free time. And they do make a lot of money at their job or make decent money, but that's their free time. They don't want to do anything but that. And they say, well, if I stay here for 40 years and then I'll just retire and I have my 401k, that's just, wow. I mean, I don't know. I guess because me and you are kind of woke in a way, in a financial way, kind of like we don't want to do that. We don't want to be bald and fat and at a cubicle and just hemorrhoids and just want to taking all this medication for diabetes, and we see a way out. We see a way out from that, and we want to help lead people to that light too. It's not easy. It's not. I mean, if it is easy, it wouldn't be worth doing, right? But it's worth it, man. It's really, really worth it. And I saw Al Williamson hit you up on your comment. He said. What do you say? Yes, sign Mike Grizzly up for the next episode. So Mike Grizzly, who's Mike Grizzly?
I don't know. He listens to the podcast. He's a podcast listener, but he's in the Airbnb groups, man. But he's a podcast listener. He says
Al Williamson is a fan of yours, bro, and that's a big, powerful thing right there.
And Al's like, man, that's next level dude. Al and Adam, they're double A. Double A is what they call them. Double A that's a tough duo right there.
Yes, sir. Well, what were you gonna say?
I had a quick question for you.
Okay.
Have last time you logged into your Airbnb app on your computer, like the Airbnb on like Airbnb.com?
On the computer, oh man, it's been maybe about a week, I guess, a week ago.
About Airbnb, you know they have like they have the reviews. You know they're public now. Like your reviews, if they give you a 3, what they give you a 3 on, a 4 on, a 5, it's all public.
Yeah.
Am I the only one noticing? Okay, they'll give me all 5 stars, but Airbnb will 4 stars.
Oh, well, I wonder if they do it like we review them, because we have the different stars to give them on cleanliness, on responsiveness, whatever.
Yeah.
But it has the overall. What's their overall rating? Maybe they do. Maybe they've done that to you. They'll give you all 5s and all that stuff. But then, what is your overall rating for Myka? And they'll hit 4 for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking.
Might have been an accident. I don't know, but who would give you all 5s and then give you a 4?
People.
That's just weird, man. I don't know, but yeah, that's new. But
Oh, another thing that's new on my on the phone app, which is the one I use the most. Did you see? It doesn't say stats anymore on the bottom.
That's progress.
Progress. This is your progress.
Yes. You're progressing.
Words have power, man. And see, that's I bet the 9-to-5ers programmed in the Matrix people love that. They're like, oh yes, thank you, boss. Thank you, boss, for telling me I'm doing good progress. Oh, that feels good. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want to make fun of other people, but you know what I'm saying. I'm like, screw you and your progress. Just give me my money. There's that, and people are complaining about the new cancellation rules.
Which ones? Go into that.
They said there's some new Airbnb cancellation rules where they're, even if you pick strict, it's not as strict anymore. Have you heard anything about? Because you use.
No. It happened to me the other day. I know what they're talking about. Only you can allow that. Okay, if it's strict, they give you an option to where you can let the guest cancel within 24 hours of after they booked your reservation. You know what I mean? Get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
okay, say, like, I book your listing for next weekend, but I have 24 hours till I can cancel penalty free. But only you can give them the power to do that.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Also, another thing, what was I going to say about Airbnb? Airbnb is now offering proof of income letters to refinance your house.
They're getting in the lending game?
Yeah, that's what's trying like. Because I took my Airbnb income up there and they approved me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get a 1099K, you can get approved for a loan with Airbnb.
So you're going to do that?
Remember, I'm kind of holding off on buying right now.
Oh,
Plus,
that's right.
My Airbnb goal right now, I'm already beating it out because I have a goal for this year, and I'm already beating that out. So I'll be able to get something bigger next year anyway.
Yeah. More doors, baby.
Yeah.
One more quick thing on the Airbnb. This happened. This is the first time this happened to me. It's nothing bad, but this lady, she booked for like next week for 3 days, right? She said, I'm coming to town for this. Her husband's a bull rider, whatever. And we like your place, blah, blah, blah. They instant booked it. And so I said, okay, cool. Yeah, welcome, welcome to our house. Thank you for choosing us, blah, blah, blah. And she, and like, it was like 10 minutes later, I got another ding, another ring, and it said she was requesting to change it from the 3 days to just 2 days. And I was like, okay, why does she have to request? I thought she could just go in and edit her thing. But and it's next week. Why does she have to request it to me to change it?
Because you have to approve it.
But if I didn't approve it, then what would happen?
She'd have to stay those 3 days or cancel.
But, well, I have what's it called? Flexible thing anyways, right?
You have flexible?
I have flexible. So she could she would have had to cancel it and start and do a whole new listing?
Yeah.
If I didn't approve it?
You might want to take that flexible off, man.
Okay, what would you do in that situation? If someone they accidentally chose 3 and then they wanted, let's say you have strict or whatever on yours, huh?
It happens all the time with me.
And you let them switch back to 2 or whatever? If it's like within a few minutes.
Depends on what it is. Is it my timeshare? If it's my timeshare, it depends on, are you past the cancellation period?
Well, like this is next week. They're coming in next Wednesday. Today's Thursday. So
Yeah, if there's still availability, I'd do it.
yeah, and it's just a few minutes later, and you're like, yeah. I guess you don't want a disgruntled guest in your place, right?
Yeah, because I just got a 3-star review because of a disgruntled guest. No, well, what happened was my timeshares. I tell you, if it's a strict cancellation policy, it's a strict cancellation policy. But Airbnb, of course, you can give a bad review for whatever you want. That's the environment that Airbnb has created. So she got mad because she wanted to take a day off of one of her days because she had booked it for the next day. And I'm like, I can't. It's past the cancellation policy. You can't change the timeshare. So she got mad, left me a 3-star review. She was in you know where she was at? She was in that nice ass room over all of Austin. She could see all of Austin. And she gave it a 3-star review.
Whoa, was that the "It's my birthday"? Was that the girl, or that was a different one?
No. She didn't stay with me. Remember, I canceled her.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry. Yeah, but she had this nice condo overlooking Austin. Me and Mahogany actually going there this weekend to stay in that timeshare.
Ooh,
but
nice.
She had a badass condo, and she left it a 3-star review just because out of spite. But I mean, it is what it is. It comes with the territory.
Wow. Well,
but like everybody else who goes there, they'll love it. But go ahead.
Well, this was a good show. We're running a little deep in time, and so we still got a lot more topics, but we'll say for the next week, you know. Or I'm trying to drop them on Sundays and Wednesdays. I think that's a good. I want to drop 2 a week. I think that's a good thing. You know, our listeners deserve that. You know, because they be fiending. They're really fiending hard for our show, bro.
Fiending, yeah, man. So. Oh, man, yeah, it's been a real good episode. Talked about a lot. We got even a lot more coming at you next week, so be prepared.
So all I'm saying is go out there and you know, it might look like a mess. It might look like a bunch of broken eggs, a bunch of flour, a bunch of milk spilled, a bunch of everything, but in the end, you're making a beautiful omelet. And you can clean all that crap up later, right? So, yeah. Make a big-ass live, let, thrive omelet.
Yes, sir. So remember to subscribe and rate us on iTunes. Send us an email at liveletthrive@gmail.com. Leave us that voicemail, 469-300-9100. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We promise we will have some videos up for you guys soon. Like our Facebook fan page. Like us on follow us on Twitter. Hey, we are on Stitcher for the Androiders.
For the iPhone challenged.
Yeah, for the iPhone. And also check out. No, you're good. Check out one of our sponsors, My Southern Soapbox YouTube channel. Find out all the latest cleaning tips with Julie Body.
Yeah.
Peace.
Live, let, thrive. Out.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.